China tests hypersonic carrier killer. U.S. reconnaissance satellites detect unusual activity from Chinese Type 055 destroyer Wuxi. Cold launch sequence initiated. Vertical launch system activates. Then everything changes. YJ-20 hypersonic anti-ship missile ignites. Mach 6 cruise speed. Mach 9 terminal velocity. Near vertical attack angle. Target destroyed. Pentagon calls it direct provocation. The test occurred in international waters, 300 nautical miles from major U.S. shipping routes, 500 miles from Guam, within range of American carrier strike groups operating First Island chain. China broadcasted footage publicly. Deliberate message, clear threat, operational capability confirmed. This isn't prototype testing. This is finalization trial. Final phase before mass production, before deployment across entire Chinese destroyer fleet. Which threat is deadlier? A. Hypersonic missiles. B. Aircraft carriers. C. Submarines. The YJ-20 represents China's hypersonic breakthrough. Ship-launched, carrier killer mission, designed specifically to defeat U.S. naval dominance. At 8:44 a.m., Beijing time, the Wuxi's aft vertical launch system ejected the missile. Cold launch method. Zero damage to ship. Booster ignited at safe altitude. Missile accelerated rapidly. Biconic aerodynamic configuration. Boost glide profile. Unpredictable trajectory. Maneuverable re-entry. Everything designed to penetrate layered defenses. The missile reached Mach 6 during mid-course. That's 4,603 miles per hour. Faster than any current U.S. interceptor. Terminal phase, Mach 9. That's 6,105 miles per hour. Target struck, destroyed, mission complete. Range, 1,500 to 2,000 kilometers. That's 810 to 1,080 nautical miles. Enough to hit carrier strike groups operating anywhere First Island chain. Enough to threaten Guam. Enough to reach Okinawa. But what makes Pentagon nervous isn't just range, it's the attack profile. Traditional anti-ship missiles fly horizontal, skim waves, give ships time to detect, time to track, time to intercept. YJ-20 attacks from near vertical angle, like ballistic missile, drops from stratosphere, terminal velocity Mach 9, defense systems get seconds to respond. Hypersonic speed compresses reaction time. Near vertical approach eliminates low-altitude radar coverage. Maneuverable glide defeats prediction algorithms. Stay with me, because this changes everything about naval warfare. The Type 055 destroyer Wuxi launched from position approximately 400 miles east of Taiwan. Prime location for monitoring U.S. carrier movements. Perfect surveillance of 7th Fleet operations. Chinese state media released footage immediately. Multiple camera angles, up-close views, cold launch ejection sequence, booster ignition, target destruction. This public release signals confidence. China wants US to see, wants allies to see, wants world to know. Hypersonic carrier killer is operational. Military analyst Zhang Junqi explained technical details to Global Times. The Biconic can form shockwaves during hypersonic flight, which enables the missile's air rudders to perform maneuvers during terminal flight, boosting defense penetration capabilities. That Biconic shape is critical, creates protective shockwaves, shields control surfaces from extreme heat, allows steering at Mach 9, makes missile unpredictable, nearly impossible to intercept. Pentagon's 2025 China Military Power Report warned about this capability, stated China leads world in hypersonic missile arsenal, continues rapid development, both conventional and nuclear variants. But report didn't predict operational deployment this fast. YJ-20 was unveiled at September 2025 Victory Day Parade, public debut, alongside YJ-15, YJ-17, YJ-19 missiles, entire hypersonic family displayed. 4 months later, live firing from warship, finalization test complete, production approved, deployment imminent. How fast is Mach 9? A. $4,000 mph-B, 5,500 mph-C, 6905 fire. Compare timeline to U.S. hypersonic programs. Dark Eagle, years of delays. First successful test 2024, not yet operational. Navy's CPS, testing phase, no deployment date. China moves faster, tests more, deploys sooner. The Type 055 destroyer platform amplifies threat, 10,000-ton displacement, 112 vertical launch system cells, can carry dozens of YJ-20 missiles, plus air defense missiles, plus anti-submarine weapons. 8 Type 055 destroyers currently operational, 4 more under construction. Total planned, 16 ships, each capable of launching hypersonic carrier killers. Do the math. 16 destroyers, 112 VLS cells each. Even if just 20% loaded with YJ-20, that's 358 hypersonic anti-ship missiles. Enough to saturate any carrier strike group defense. U.S. carrier strike group typical composition: 1 carrier, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 1 submarine. Total VLS cells across surface ships, approximately 550. Mix of air defense, anti-submarine, land attack missiles. Against hypersonic swarm attack, strike group faces nightmare scenario. Must intercept missiles traveling Mach 9, attacking from near vertical, maneuvering unpredictably, multiple simultaneous threats. Current U.S. missile defense: SM-6, SM-3, ESSM. None specifically designed for hypersonic threats. Pentagon developing Glide Phase Interceptor. Not operational until 2028 at earliest. Quantity or quality? Which wins hypersonic warfare? Comment Q or L. The December test location matters strategically. Western Pacific, heart of contested waters, near Taiwan Strait, adjacent to Philippine Sea, overlapping U.S. carrier patrol routes. China chose this location deliberately. Sends message: we can test here. We operate here. These waters are ours. Pentagon responded cautiously. Official statement: we are aware of Chinese military activities in Western Pacific. We monitor all developments affecting regional security. No further comment at this time. Translated: we're worried. We don't have answers. We're scrambling. U.S. Indo-Pacific Command issued internal alert, updated threat assessments, revised carrier operating procedures, increased surveillance, enhanced defensive postures. But fundamental problem remains. U.S. has no effective counter to massed hypersonic attack. Not now, not 2028, maybe not ever. Warfare Signal has tracked hypersonic race for years. Russia deployed a Vanguard 2019. Kinzhal operational. Zircon tested extensively, but limited numbers. Production constrained. China different. Industrial capacity, scale, resources. Can produce hundreds of missiles, thousands eventually. Equip entire fleet. The YJ-20 joins expanding arsenal. DF-21D carrier killer. DF-26 Guam killer. DF-27 intercontinental anti-ship ballistic missile. Range 8,000 miles. Can hit maritime targets anywhere Pacific. Now add ship-launched YJ-20. Deploy on multiple platforms. Destroyers, cruisers, eventually submarines. Creates multi-domain hypersonic threat. Chinese doctrine emphasizes anti-access area denial. A2AD strategy. Prevent U.S. intervention Taiwan scenario. Make it too costly, too dangerous, too risky. Hypersonic missiles core component, layer defenses. Force U.S. carriers operate further from Taiwan. Beyond effective strike range, neutralizes American advantage. If you believe carriers are obsolete, type Warfare Signal. Admiral Samuel Paparo, Indo-Pacific Command, testified to Congress October 2025. China's hypersonic capabilities fundamentally challenge our naval operating concepts. We must adapt or risk losing ability to project power. That's unprecedented language. Senior U.S. commander publicly admitting China's advantage, acknowledging strategic problem without solution. The test revealed additional concerning details. Chinese media noted YJ-20 compatible with multiple platforms: carrier-based fighters, surface vessels, submarines. Imagine Chinese submarine launching YJ-20 from underwater. Zero warning. Hypersonic missile appears from beneath waves, accelerates to Mach 9, strikes carrier before defensive response. That's not science fiction. That's stated Chinese capability. Finalization testing proves it works. The Biconic boost glide vehicle technology particularly advanced. Generates shock waves protecting control surfaces. Allows sustained hypersonic flight. Enables terminal maneuvering. U.S. attempted similar technology. X-51 Waverider program. Limited success. Cancelled 2013. Dark Eagle different approach. Less maneuverable. China leapfrogged American research. Deployed operational system while U.S. still testing. Some analysts argue carriers remain relevant. Cite defensive improvements. Distributed operations. Longer-range aircraft. Enhanced electronic warfare. But physics doesn't lie. Carrier displacement, 100,000 tons. Speed, 30 knots. Hypersonic missile, Mach 9. Nearly 7,000 miles per hour. Missile wins. Always. Which naval platform dominates 2030? A. Aircraft carriers. B. Submarines. C. Hypersonic-equipped destroyers. The December 28th test timing also significant. 2 days after Christmas. Western militaries reduced readiness. Holiday schedules. Minimal monitoring. China chose moment strategically. Maximum impact. Minimum immediate response capability. Within 72 hours, Chinese state media amplified coverage. Television broadcasts, online videos, military social media, Global Times op-eds. Message clear. Hypersonic carrier killer operational. U.S. naval supremacy challenged. Pacific power balance shifted. Taiwan Defense Ministry issued statement. We closely monitor all PLA activities. Enhanced surveillance of missile tests. Coordination with partners maintained. Translation. We're scared. This threatens everything. Philippines expressed concern. Japan issued diplomatic protest. South Korea requested information. Australia called for restraint. But none can stop Chinese development. None have countermeasures, all vulnerable to same threat. U.S. allies operate smaller navies, fewer ships, limited defenses, even more susceptible to hypersonic attack than America. Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force operates Aegis destroyers, advanced systems, but designed for ballistic missile defense, not hypersonic maneuvering threats. South Korea similar situation. Australian Navy worse. All dependent on U.S. protection. All exposed if carriers withdraw. Warfare Signal analyzed China's hypersonic timeline. Rapid progression. DF-ZF tests began 2014. DF-17 deployed 2019. DF-21D operational 2020. DF-26 expanded range. DF-27 unveiled 2025. Now YJ-20 ship launched. Complete anti-ship hypersonic family. Land-based, ship-based, air-launched, submarine-capable. Pentagon's countermeasure programs lag badly. Glide Phase Interceptor. Concept Phase. Hypersonic and ballistic tracking space. Sensor. Testing. Sea-based interceptors. Undeveloped. Congressional Budget Office estimates $200 billion needed for comprehensive hypersonic defense. Over next decade. No guarantee of success. Meanwhile, China continues advancing. Testing new variants. Improving guidance systems. Extending ranges. Increasing speeds. Quiz answer. Mach 9 equals 6,905 miles per hour. A bullet travels roughly 1,700 mi-meters. YJ-20 is 4 times faster than speeding bullet. 3 questions for you. Can U.S. carriers operate safely in Western Pacific? Should America abandon forward presence? What happens if China blockades Taiwan? The YJ-20 test represents inflection point. Naval warfare transformed. 80 years of carrier dominance ending. Hypersonic era beginning. China didn't just test missile. China demonstrated capability, showed readiness, proved operational status. Pentagon has no good options. Pull carriers back, concede Western Pacific. Push forward, risk catastrophic losses. Stay frozen, watch Chinese expansion unchecked. U.S. Navy developing distributed operations. Smaller ships, more dispersed, harder to target, but requires decades to build fleet. China won't wait. Alternative, accept new reality. Carriers can't operate near Chinese coast. Focus on submarine warfare, long-range bombers, cyber capabilities. But that abandons allies, leaves Taiwan vulnerable, surrenders first island chain, accepts Chinese regional hegemony. No American administration will choose that, not publicly, but operational reality may force it. Warfare Signal will continue monitoring, tracking developments, analyzing implications. Because this story isn't ending, it's accelerating. China's December test opened new chapter. Hypersonic carrier killers operational, deployed on frontline warships, ready for combat. Subscribe to Warfare Signal, where naval revolution meets strategic reality. Hit that like button if this analysis shocked you. Drop your thoughts in comments. The Pacific power balance shifted. The carrier era is ending. The hypersonic age has begun. And America is scrambling to catch up.